In the ever-changing landscape of the NFL, where futures can hinge on a single play, the Chicago Bears face a choice that could send shockwaves through the franchise. The stakes are soaring as we stand on the cusp of a pivotal season, with the echoes of past heartbreak still fresh in our minds. From the legendary throes of Da Bears past to the gritty battles with rival teams, each game carries the weight of expectation and urgency. With eyes on legacy, playoff dreams, and the quest for a lasting era, the decisions made today could define the narrative of tomorrow. In the heart of Bears Nation, the anticipation connects every die-hard fan. Will this season bring the breakthrough we've longed for, or are we poised for yet another wave of disappointment? History tells us that one trade, even one that seems insignificant, can completely alter the direction of the team. Think of the legends who've donned our colors and the moments that sparked hope, only to deliver heartbreak. Each season unfolds like a chapter in a story we crave to reverse, one where we aren't left asking, what might have been? This is Bears News Fan Report, the pulse of Chicago Bears culture, bringing you the latest breaking news and rumors each week as we march into 2025. If you're just as committed as we are to understanding every twist and turn of this storied franchise, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Dive in with us, because in a city that bleeds blue and orange, every piece of intel matters. And today, folks, it's big. So, what's got fans buzzing on the north side? The whisper in the wind suggests that the Pittsburgh Steelers are eyeing a potential trade that could involve Bears backup quarterback Tyson Bagent. This isn't just idle chatter. It carries weight, significance, and implications that reach deep into the heart of both franchises. As rumors swirl about the Steelers' discontent with their current quarterback scenario, the question surrounding Bagent's future is loud and clear. Could Chicago be ready to part ways with a player who may have found a fan following even before he's truly gotten his chance? What's fueling this speculation? Well, it seems there's an acknowledgement in Pittsburgh that their backup quarterback situation isn't quite what they need it to be. Mason Rudolph, at 30 years old, is regarded as reliable, but perhaps not inspiring. With the clock ticking on his prime time and no clear path to long-term success past Aaron Rodgers' impending retirement, the Steelers' front office may be looking for new energy, someone younger, dynamic, and potentially next in line. Bagent, a 25-year-old quarterback from Chicago, fits that bill. Reports indicate that he turned heads during his rookie season with a solid record of 2-2 as a starter, demonstrating an ability to extend plays and command the huddle. In fact, he's generated a buzz here in Chicago, with fans debating whether he deserves a shot at the starting role over the highly touted Caleb Williams. Pittsburgh sees parallels, perhaps leading them to deem Bagent a worthy investment for a nominal price, a potential fifth-round pick in 2026. But let's break this down. The Bears' QB room is currently anchored by the exceptional Caleb Williams, effectively making Bagent the second in command and perhaps even dispensable. Adding Case Keenum to the mix only intensifies the competition for the backup spot, and one must ponder if the Bears would entertain the idea of offloading Bagent for the right deal. After all, football is a business, and the right pick could help fill other holes on the roster. However, the narrative isn't all roses. The ramifications run deep, not just for Bagent, but also for the team's sixth-round pick, Will Howard. We hear he's been nursing a finger injury, making his road to a roster spot even more precarious. Could this trade mean the end of Howard's chance to shine, or is it merely the beginning of a shakeup that could redefine our very backup position? When considering all this, the potential for such a trade is fanned by Bagent's impressive adaptability and knowledge of the game, which has garnered him praise from Bears head coach Ben Johnson. At the same time, Rudolph's familiarity with Pittsburgh spells security and reliability for the Steelers. Yet the speculation centers on potential on seeking that next diamond in the rough, one that might break the mold set by quarterbacks of past. So, where does that leave us? If the Steelers' interest turns into action, Bears fans could find themselves celebrating a trade that not only reshapes the quarterback's landscape, but also unveils new opportunities for both teams. What if Begant thrives in Pittsburgh, shedding a light on just how valuable he could have been here at home? And what of the repercussions for the Bears, should they lose a promising player who could have been a substantial asset in the seasons to come? One thing is certain, the clock is ticking and the speculative waters are swirling. Bears Nation, keep your eyes glued to your screens. This is a developing story with stakes that extend well beyond a single player. We'll continue to monitor this situation closely because, like every pass in a crucial game, this trade talk could change everything as we push into the 2025 season. Stay tuned for updates, and as always, let's connect on what this means for our beloved Bears. Bears fans, I'm furious, and you should be too. Word has flown through the city like a tempest, and as the icy lakefront wind bites harder tonight, rumors are swirling that the Chicago Bears may be ready to deal backup quarterback Tyson Bagent to the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you bleed Chicago blue, subscribe now. We ride this storm together. Imagine the upheaval. Locker room fractures with voices echoing around Halas Hall, whispers of betrayal lingering in the air, and an NFC North filled with rival teams circling, like vultures ready to pounce on the fallout of this staggering decision. Could a trade shatter the fragile trust between players and the front office, igniting a firestorm of discontent? Or worse, what if Bagent turns into a hidden gem for the Steelers while the Bears watch from the sidelines, grappling with the haunting question of what if? Reports are bleeding through like ink in a torrential downpour. Pittsburgh is hoisting a fifth-round pick, a seemingly small gesture, yet it carries seismic implications for both franchises. For a team looking for a glimmer of hope, post-Aaron Rodgers, Bagent emerges as a tantalizing prospect, a young quarterback with raw potential and a dedicated following in Chicago, poised to energize a Steelers roster stagnant with Mason Rudolph's diminishing returns. With every second ticking down, the stakes rise. Can you feel the atmosphere thickening? Conversations amongst staff and players will shift as the weight of such a decision looms larger and larger, a decision that not only impacts the roles of Bagent and Rudolph, but also the unproven Will Howard, who now finds himself on the fringes, possibly cut before he even gets his chance to shine. The Bears' depth chart at quarterback is becoming a battlefield, and in this war for supremacy, the price of one trade could reshape the very future of the franchise, igniting a race against time for general manager Ryan Poles as he navigates through this high-stakes chess match. With every trade discussion, we're thrown back into the haunting echoes of Bears history. The pain of '85 still echoes through the toughness of our city, where legends like Butkus and Urlacher remind us of the glory days clamoring for a return. What will the ultimate trade regime mean for the Bears moving forward? The possibilities ripple across the league. A potential new wave of trades could follow in succession, redefining our roster and repositioning our priorities as we brace ourselves for the upcoming seasons. And with our current roster shaped like a chessboard, every move could either cradle the fragile hopes of a deep playoff run or plunge us into the depths of despair, biting into that feeling of déjà vu we're all too familiar with. The crunch of cleats on turf, the roaring calls from the fans at Soldier Field, and the smell of tailgate smoke drifting through the air seem to scream for justice and clarity amidst chaos. With the deadline before the season opener looming, the time for action is upon us. Decisions need to be made that could either secure our legacy or bury it entirely for another decade. Would you pull the trigger knowing this might define not just this upcoming season, but the trajectory of the Bears for years to come? We've all seen deals that altered destinies, and as we inch closer to this potential trade, you have to wonder, are we staring disaster in the face, or the dawn of a new era? From a personal standpoint, I can't help but feel raw passion swelling within me. As a lifelong Bears fan, the anxiety of watching the franchise make yet another pivotal choice is overwhelming. Tyson Bagent has captivated me and so many others, and the pain of losing that potential could sting for a long time. Each passing moment in this process feeds my anticipation. What are we really doing here? Time is not on our side, and decisions need to echo the heart of this franchise, the history, the pride, the relentless drive for a championship. The tables are set, and every moment counts. Each fan's voice matters. Let's hope our screams for success drive us forward, not backward.